On August 23, 1989, as punishment for betting on baseball, Cincinnati Reds manager Pete Rose accepts a settlement that includes a lifetime ban from the game. For both players and coaches, gambling on a sport you are participating in is today considered unacceptable. However, it was relatively common among those connected with baseball in the early 20th century. Opinions changed after the Chicago White Sox purposefully lost the 1919 World Series for a payoff from gambler Arnold Rothstein in what is known as the Black Sox scandal. Major League Baseball made it a priority to repair its reputation and decided to hire a commissioner to clean up the game. Former federal judge Kennesaw Mountain Landis got the job and proceeded to ban 8 White Sox players from baseball for life, including Shoeless Joe Jackson, one of the greatest players in baseball history. Major League Baseball Rule 21D now states that a player faces a ban of 1 year for betting on any baseball game and a lifetime ban for betting on his own team. In addition, signs posted prominently in every clubhouse remind players that gambling is not permitted. Pete Rose was, without a doubt, one of his era's greatest players. Nicknamed Charlie Hustle, Rose was a career .300 hitter and racked up an astonishing 4,256 hits during his playing days, a record which is unlikely to ever be broken. It was well known among baseball insiders that Rose had long had a gambling problem. Although he initially bet only on horse races and football games, allegations surfaced in early 1989 that Rose, then the manager of the Cincinnati Reds, was not only betting on baseball, but on his own team. Major League Baseball Commissioner Bart Giamatti, father of acclaimed actor Paul Giamatti, began an inquiry. Numerous sources provided details of Rose's history of gambling. Rose agreed to the 1989 settlement, which barred him for life, but continued to profess his innocence for years afterward. The lifetime ban not only precluded him from working in Major League Baseball, but also made him ineligible for the Hall of Fame. In 2004, Rose finally publicly confessed that he had, indeed, gambled on baseball, and he even admitted to betting on his own team, although he added that he had always bet on the Reds to win. Pete Rose died in 2024 at age 83. Less than 8 months later, in May 2025, Baseball Commissioner Rob Manfred announced that deceased players who have received a lifetime ban are no longer permanently ineligible. The Classic Baseball Era Committee, which considers players whose contributions came before 1980, has its next scheduled vote in December 2027. This means that both Pete Rose and Shoeless Joe Jackson could potentially be enshrined into the Hall of Fame as early as 2028. It will be very interesting to see how things play out. Here are other events that happened today in history. In 1305, Scottish hero William Wallace is brutally executed for treason in London by English authorities. In 1914, Japan formally enters World War I on the side of the Allies by declaring war on Germany. In 1927, Italian-born anarchists Sacco and Vanzetti are executed for murder in Massachusetts. In 1939, Germany and the Soviet Union sign a non-aggression pact, opening the door for the invasion of Poland. In 1947, a team from Williamsport, Pennsylvania wins the first ever Little League World Series. In 2014, the Guardians of the Galaxy soundtrack, a mix of 1970s hits, reaches #1 in the US. In 2023, an unmanned Indian spacecraft lands on the rugged, unexplored South Pole of the Moon. And now it's time for our Today in History quiz. Which U.S. First Lady saved a famous portrait of George Washington from destruction? Abigail Adams, Dolly Madison, Mary Todd Lincoln, or Julia Grant? Think you know the answer? Drop your guesses in the comments below. Find out if you're right next time on Today in History. You made it through today in history. Nice work. Now treat yourself. Click the video on the right for what happened yesterday in history. Still can't get enough? The link on the left's got the whole playlist buffet. Want to make history a daily habit? Click my face in the middle to subscribe.